We're going to move on now to race number 10 on Sunday's card, the Salisbury Handicap over the 1200 metres. It is on the all-weather. Campione gets a £10 claim for Angus Chung's, a 2 from 3 track and distance winner. Majestic Star carries an extra £10 and his big win 2 starts ago. Kaying Master resumes with a very good first up record. We the South is a 7-time winner, but they've all been over the 1,000 metres at Happy Valley. Galaxy Witness all-weather debut and blinkers for the first time. Toronado Phantom gets the pacifiers again. California Reds first up, having had the 2 trials. A reminder, Jack Wong, the new rider for Equaletta Blitz, carries £3 less for Jack's claim. And Super Wind Dragon comes up in grade after bolting in over Call Me Teddy last time. Speed map here, Nick, and Campione drawn to lead.
He certainly is, Mark. Yeah, he's in gate number 3 and he showed some good dash, didn't he, last time, and he was only just denied behind Oriental Smoke. So, yeah, certainly expect to see him go forward. Look, Apache Pass in the centre there. He probably won't be too far away. This is his preferred surface, but has been racing well on the turf as well recently. We the South, we know he likes to lead, but is a better horse at Happy Valley. And Equaletta Blitz could be interesting here, Paul, as well. He might well try and press forward. He's drawn gate 2 and he will be apprentice ridden. Yeah, and he's coming to the surface for the first time as well. California Rad, another one who's having a second start on the surface. He's drawn wide. I think he'll go back, and Silver Fig will love all the speed in front of him.
He will indeed. Been a bit disappointing, Silver Fig, in a couple of runs this time back. But it is Majestic Star our focus. Nick tracked down Hugh Bowman.
Hugh, Majestic Star will be your ride in the last race on Sunday afternoon. You've had a sit on him in the trials. What did you make of him?
He gave me a good feel, Nick. He does like the all-weather. He's won on it 2 starts ago, and his tick over trial was very good. Got a lot of confidence out of that, and looking forward. He's got a good draw. He's got a bit in his favour, so hopefully we can finish the day on a good note. Absolutely. Class 1 winner 2 starts ago. I imagine Danny Shum, who's been keen to put you up on many of his runners, he'll be quite hopeful of a big run as well, I'm sure. Yeah, I think so. And the horse is in good form, and the writing's on the wall, but we still need things to go our way. So looking forward to it. And I guess where you're drawn, gate number 1, obviously never a disadvantage in a race like this. Well, with my little experience on particularly the all-weather here at Sha Tin, the draws are vital, and it's a huge advantage to be drawn in. So we've got that advantage, and we'll try and make use of it. I just had a look at your record actually on the all-weather here in Hong Kong. It's a very respectable one. I mean, you have obviously ridden on it, not as much as the turf, but you've had success on it. Do you enjoy riding on the all-weather as well? How does it differ from the turf, perhaps, in your opinion? Well, what I found with my experience, because that was my first taste of all-weather racing when I was here in Hong Kong some 8 or 9 years ago, and interestingly enough, I did have some good success, and it actually laid the platform to riding a few winners here in Hong Kong during that period of time. Subsequently, we've been to Japan and had a bit of experience on all-weather tracks over there, which is a lot different to the track here at Sha Tin, but it's all about momentum and rhythm. It's different to turf racing, which goes without saying, but I do enjoy it, but you need a horse that copes with it. Some horses just don't like it, and others really thrive on it. So when you're on an animal that really does enjoy the all-weather, it's a huge advantage, and Majestic Star seems to be one of those. He certainly does. And just talking of rhythm, Huey, obviously, but momentum, things have continued to go well for you. Obviously, a nice double during the week at Happy Valley. Yes, it was. I had some nice rides there, and you've got to sort of turn those into winning rides. But the evening didn't start off quite the way I would have liked, but certainly by the end of the night we were happy with those 2 winners. And Casper's horse in the last I thought was particularly good. He was really strong. Obviously he did have good form and races well at the course and distance, but it was a pretty dominant win, and might be another one in him.
Absolutely flying is Hugh Bowman since he's arrived in Hong Kong. But we need to move on from Majestic Star, Nick, to Apache Pass. Now, we've got a bit to look at here. Only one horse, but we're going to show the entire race. There he is, drawn barrier number 1. He does love racing on the all-weather surface, but this is over 1,200 metres this week, and it's a distance he's never raced over. Yeah, for sure. Look, his wins have been 16.50, and look, as we take it from the start, you can just see there
he's now locked onto the bit, and he gives Derek Lung not the nicest of conveyances, that's for sure. So, look, he's certainly over racing Paul from an early stage, and it'll be evident in a moment. You just see him there throwing his head about a bit, and he's clearly not willing to settle. And with that, he's sort of had to let him stride on.
Yeah, exactly. And you can see him now sort of getting 3 wide, getting the clear, because he's just wanting to pull so much. I mean, he's had another start since this over the 1,200 metres, so it sort of makes sense they're coming back to the 1,200 because he is over racing, and he didn't help himself one bit in this race.
When I said 1,200 metres on the all-weather, he has obviously raced over 1,200, as Paul said, on the turf last time behind Oriental Smoke. And it almost gets to the case here, Nick, where he's just pulled so hard that Derek's just going to let him go.
Yeah, and look, I mean, for those that obviously, have ridden, sometimes you're competing with 500 kilos of horse here, so it's not an easy task. So, look, sometimes the easiest thing to do is to let them stride on. And they do settle in front in some cases, and that's probably what he's done, to be fair. I know he's come up short in the finish behind King Shield, who we know is a very good horse on the surface, but I think under the circumstances, he has run a good race. And look, for those that were with him on this occasion as a 2.6 favourite, they'll feel a little bit hard done by, but he has run a good race.
Yeah, because, I mean, the key would have been to cross King Shield, but he couldn't get across, could he? And that was the thing. Could he get across? I suppose that's the $1 million question.
He's gone down swinging at his best. King Shield's a really nice horse on that
very good
surface.
horse,
All right, off to the turf we go here. Paul, there's Galaxy Witness up on the outside. Now, he does come to the surface for the first time. Blinkers have been added, and he's coming back in trip. Just peaked on his run at the 200 metres here.
Yeah, look, obviously they were looking at a 4-year-old series for him, and coming back to 1,200 on the all-weather now. Blinkers go on him. Like, he works well on the surface. I mean, he hasn't raced on it, so that's just the unknown there. But I think coming back to 1,200 is good.
Yeah, look, I agree. I mean, look, I've been a big fan of this fellow, and I just feel on this evidence, perhaps, that the mile might just be that little bit beyond him at this stage. He might well get it in time, but as Paul alludes to, he's worked on it well, he's trialled on it well, and I think coming back in trip's not going to bother him either.
Beautyverse disappointing since that run. Keefe outstanding since that run. They finished first and second. Now back to Happy Valley. Nick, this is Power Kep, who the only thing more buzzing than the light show this night was Paul Lally when Power Kep won, because it was his long shot.
It was indeed, yeah. It was well found, and he does that more often than not, does Paul Lally. But yeah, look, it was a good win. He was a 10's chance this night. He beat Starbright, so the form is okay, and I imagine you'll enjoy looking back on this, Paul.
Yeah, look, I'll tell you what, I'm going to go with him again, because he's come onto the all-weather for the first time. He's a horse that works well on it. He's down in weight, and he's won on the potty track in the UK.
We pull up the trial file now. Paul, and Kaying Master is up at Chung Fa trialling. He's had a couple of trials to get ready for this. Loves a first up run, though.
He does, doesn't he? He's a 3-time winner first up before. He's a horse also that does like the all-weather. I mean, he's won twice over the course and distance as well, so there's a few positives there for him. He's just drawn awkwardly.
Yeah, Benno Young has trained plenty of winners on the all-weather this season, and that first up record is absolutely electric. So yeah, he's got to have a chance.
And that is just the last concluding stages of that trial up at Chung Fa. There's the brand new winning post down the back. It's been a welcome addition, Paul, but we need your selections for the last, please.
I'm going to stick with Power Kep. He's going to come up a good price up in grade here, but he does carry the light weight, and all the pace should suit him once again. He's 25 to 1 at the moment. Campione from the front, Apache Pass, unlucky last time, and Majestic Star loves the surface. 11, 1, 4 and 2.
Yeah, going the 2 here, Majestic Star. I think he looks well placed in this race. Class 1 winner a couple of starts ago, and I think he might prove a tough nut to crack. Galaxy Witness, interesting on the surface. Campione goes in. He was super in defeat last time, and Kaying Master, fresh up, looks very interesting indeed. 2, 7, 1 and 3.